Gotta celebrate. How's it going? All right. As y'all see today, it was a nice day out. I just came out a little while ago because I had to take my daughter to martial arts. And I was like, wow, it's really nice out. So I had on this heavy jacket, lay it up. But it is what it is. I really don't have a topic, and a lot of times I do a live, I don't really have topics. I just speak about what I feel at that given time. So this is what I observed. What I observe is that sometimes you're going to give information to people, and they may not understand the information, or they may not get the information in the way you have maybe explained it to them before. And sometimes you may get a little frustrated because you have explained things to people or to a particular person and they just don't understand, or they're not comprehending. And so, sometimes that can make us upset or whatever. I'm kind of eating, so I'm going to, eat and talk. So, there may have been times where we may not have been able to handle giving information to people and them not understanding what the information is about, what it is you're trying to convey to them, or what it is you're trying to make them understand pertaining to, could be a situation, an issue, a problem, or just some good advice, or just something that they should do because it's the right thing for them to do. Because you're coming from a good place. You ain't coming from a place where, you're trying to rule, control. You're coming from a place where you're looking out for their best interest, because sometimes people, and they could be adults too, sometimes they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And you know what to do, because you may have made the same mistakes that they are making, kind of like been there, done that, but now I'm doing things differently. So now I take a different road, a different avenue, a different venue of living, doing, seeing, hearing, feeling, all of that. So now that means you're more grounded in your decision-making process and in your understanding process, to where You may still make mistakes, but you're not making those mistakes that you used to make. And you may be around people who are, and you just want to give them some care and concern, and they may not understand or get it. So, how do you deal with that? Do you get angry and frustrated? Or do you find a better way of understanding that, you know what? Everybody's brain is different, but everybody's brain processes information differently. That's basically what it is. So, that was an observation that I made today. And I may have had that observation. Hey, my brother, how you doing today? All right. And I may have had that observation many times before, but let me just tell you, I've been working with this crystal called Lemurians, right? We got those now. And the Lemurians, what they do, if you really want to get yourself together, they help you see exactly what it is that you need to do, why you need to do it, and then I'm eating some dates, but and it shows you to see it, and then it shows you, well, what it's been showing me is not to get so caught up in responding like I normally would respond pertaining to a situation, like literally. And also it says, the more you work with it, the more powerful it becomes in showing you what it is you need to do to straighten yourself out. So that's where I'm at. And I've kind of like been in that journey of doing that. But when you start dealing with other heightening frequencies, whether it's crystals, herbs, exercising, or whatever, you start leveling up. And as you level up, you change. You don't stay that same person. You don't. And if you're constantly conscious, like watching yourself, you see how we watch what other people do? We need to watch what we do. Constantly be aware and watch what you're doing, because by you doing that, you're going to be able to see your real self. Sometimes we look in the mirror and we watch ourselves, we look at ourselves, but are you really, okay, I'll eat some more dates a little bit later, but are you really seeing yourself? And this is what we want to do. We want to really see ourselves. Are you really seeing yourself? Meaning, are you aware of your feelings? Are you aware of why you are the way that you are? Why you think the way you think? Why you respond and react the way that you respond? This is what we want to do. And I'm going to tell you why, because I'm realizing. By us doing that, you're going to cause less conflict, less pain, less hurt, and you'll have less drama in your life path frequency. Meaning, the way you used to respond, the way you used to react, you will do less of. You will be doing less of that because of your conscious awareness of you really looking at who you are. And that is so very important. I'm going to tell you why. Because we could be walking around 5 years, 10 years, or months or whatever, doing the same thing, reacting the same way, getting caught up in the same situations over and over. Then we asking ourselves, why is this happening to me? How come I can't meet the right person? Why I'm in this situation? Why I'm in that situation? And what I realize is that you, me, us, and them we have to really start looking at ourselves and seeing ourselves, not just looking, but seeing yourself, seeing what makes you who you are, like literally, and then looking at what is amiss or what is wrong or what is bad or what is unbalanced, and being honestly sincere. These dates are so sweet. I love them. Plus, dates is good for parasites. Even though I don't have parasites because I eat organic, healthy. Once in a blue, I might eat little junk, but always follow up with the the herbs and stuff like that. But getting back to the subject, because we will not be perfect. You won't be perfect. If you're trying to be perfect, stop. You're not going to be perfect. Accept that, hey, you know what? I make mistakes. I will maybe continue to make mistakes. I'm still finding my way. I'm still growing in my way, even though I may be an adult or whatever. Or maybe, over 20, over 30, 40, whatever age you are. And accept that I'm going to make some mistakes. I'm not going to always get it right. And even those around me will make mistakes, and they may not always get it right. But the main thing that we want to be aware of is this here. We don't want to make mistakes that we cannot come back from. If we are going to make mistakes, hopefully there be mistakes that we can come back from, to where we can come back from, come out of, and change ourselves to do better and better and better and better and get better. So this way we can see who's getting better, who's not getting better, who's healing, who's not healing, who may not grasp or understand the frequency of who you are, what it is you're about, and just like living life in general. Because the key is, and I'm realizing more and more and more, it's about you returning back to you, who you are, what you need to do for yourself. Because you are the one that has to live inside of your body. Like I tell my daughter, I said, listen, who has to live inside your body? She says, me. I said, that's right. So I say, never put yourself in a position to where you're loving anything or anyone more than yourself, where you're more dependent on anyone or anything more than yourself, to where you make someone your whole world, your whole galaxy, your whole universe. You have to make yourself your world, your galaxy and universe, and understand that there's other worlds and galaxies and universes outside of you, but that you will never devalue nor demean your world, your galaxy, and your universe. It's very, very important that we get this, the brothers and the sisters, those of us who really want to heal. Why? Because this way, when things happen, because some stuff is going to happen, stuff been happening before we were born, it's not going to stop until the universe, the creator, does whatever, all the books been saying what God going to do or whatever, and this and that, so on and so forth. But while you're living, while we are living, we want to just do our best, try to do our best to be aware of ourselves and have and strive for deeper understanding of what's going on around us without getting caught up in it. Like literally, like this COVID thing going on, I have concluded within myself that, hey, way before COVID, I was living my life. The Creator is running everything. Man is just, running about in the earth with minimum control, because death is the greatest equalizer. We all gonna leave here. Don't care who you are, what you got, what you don't got. Everybody leaves here. So I'm not getting caught up in the power of man. I'm getting caught up in the power of spirituality, of really looking at self, harmonizing deeper with self, and checking in and making sure that outside of whatever happens or don't happens, that I always return back to myself and harmonize within myself so that I can be okay within myself and not get so caught up in whatever else is going on. And if I do, I can pull myself up and out and back out of it and return back to self because of certain things that I got set up in my life that I do. Certain rituals, whether it's working out, yoga, crystals, herbs, sea moss, various different things that I got going on that brings me back to me and makes me feel strong that, you know what, you're doing the right thing with your life, within your life path. Also, creative stuff, writing, whether poetry, just various stuff. If you sing, various, if you like to knit, whatever, you like to draw, whatever, as long as it's positive, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna eat me another date. I'm sorry, they're sweet. Oh yeah, let me just say this: dates are good for, like, if you got a sweet tooth at night, dates will help you with that. And plus, it's a healthy. It's healthy. Just bear with me for a second. And I got a few more minutes left. I can go get my daughter. Let me see. Okay, I got 3 minutes. So we want to understand that everybody may not get it. They may not understand where we're coming from. And sometimes you may not even understand where you're coming from. But you will if you got some things in your life that you do to bring you back to yourself, right? To center you, to reaffirm what your life plan purpose. If you want, get a pencil, whatever, write this down. What is my life plan purpose? Because we don't want to be doing anything without first having a plan and ask yourself, what's the purpose? Yeah, that goes in with relationships. What's the purpose? Why am I here? Why are they there? What are we doing? Because a lot of times we get frustrated because we don't understand the plan and we don't have a purpose. And the reason why, because we're so caught up in somebody else's frequency. Well, we want to make sure, try to do our best. I got like 2 minutes left. We want to make sure and do our best to understand people may not respond the way we feel that they should respond. That's number one. Number two, people may not understand where we are coming from when we're coming from a good place. And number three, try to do your best. It may not be easy. Some of us has been conditioned to respond a certain way. And I'm one of those people. That's why I'm talking to you about this. So, number three is try to think before you respond to what is happening pertaining to what makes you feel uncomfortable or will make you feel angry. So that way you can, instead of reacting that same way that you normally would react, stop yourself as you feel those feelings getting ready to come or their thoughts in your head. Say to yourself, you know what? I cannot do this. Like, literally tell yourself, I cannot do this because this is going to make things worse. Or it can cause a more it can cause more stuff to happen. And sometimes it'd be a little thing. Like I was listening to Neely Fuller, right? I listen to him all the time. And he was breaking down the George Floyd thing. He was saying how $20 started a whole avalanche of different things. And I was like, wow, that's deep. See, we looking at what the cop did to George Floyd, but we're not looking at that it all started over $20. Oh, it's profound the way he broke it down. If you want to follow me on Facebook, just DM me, because I'll be posting a lot of the Neely Fuller on Facebook. And then you can watch it for yourself. But all I really want to say, right, because I got to go get my daughter, and I'm talking to myself too. We want to heal. That's number one. We want to heal, we want to be real, and we want to understand that we won't be perfect, and they won't be perfect. But in understanding that we won't be perfect and they won't be perfect, we want to do our best to find a way to better understand and relate and have conversations and relations to where it's not a whole bunch of drama going back and forth, to where we're not losing control, and by us losing control, they're losing control, and everybody's out of control. Because it's really not going to solve anything. You're going to be upset, they're going to be upset, and then, you know, anger and all that stuff just escalates into other stuff. Then later you be like, damn, man, what happened? Why did I do that? I could have walked away, or I could have shut up, or I could have said it in a different way. And we all are guilty of that. All of us have done that. So now, being that we are aware, because we want to heal ourselves, we want to pause. Stop yourself when you feel that, because all of it is just a chemical. All the anger is a chemical, or love, or all that stuff is chemical reactions. So when you feel yourself getting riled up, or whatever it is, that feeling that you know because you felt that feeling before, ask yourself, is what you're feeling, is it going to put you in a winning position? If it's not going to put you in a winning position, then you're going to have to like bow out gracefully and say, you know what, this is not a winning position for me. So if it's a losing position, why I'm going to put myself in a losing position when I want to win? How do you win? You win by not, hopefully, losing control of the situation. Like literally. Because most of us know when you get angry, you get upset, it escalates. Nobody wins. You don't win. Even though you feel like, yeah, man, I told them off, I said what I... Yeah, but it's the way how you say it. If you're going to say it like angrily or whatever, you're losing. But if you say it like, listen, what you're doing I don't like, it makes me feel uncomfortable, makes me unhappy. Describe the exact feelings of how they are making you feel in a tone where it's not so harsh. Try. I know it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm telling you from personal experience, it's not easy. So it's something that we want to practice. You practice until you become that what you practice. You know, and then over time you will heal, you'll get better, and then the situation will change. Even if they don't change, you will change, because now your skills have become better as far as how you interact with yourself first, and then with other people. And then later, you know, you won't be so, you know, like overly upset and, you know, having a whole bunch of regrets and saying, man, I shouldn't have did that, I shouldn't have said that, blah, 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 blah. It got out of hand, it got out of control. And I need to say this one thing too. If you are talking soft to them and they're hollering and screaming, I'm going to say it again, try to do your best to maintain your composure. If they're hollering and screaming, don't go where they are. I know it's not easy. It's not easy, people. I'm telling you, it's not. But the goal is that at the end of the day, you can look back and say, today I had a day where I won. My day, I was victorious with my day. Why? Because you maintain your peace. You maintain what it is you need to do for your healing process. It's not easy, people, you know, but it is doable. It is doable. So it's just mainly about recognizing that everything is a chemical reaction. Everything is a chemical reaction. And when you feel those feelings coming, say to yourself, I know this is a chemical reaction. I know how I can be. I know where this can go. Been there, done that. And then just say, do I want to do this again? And then you say, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to do things differently. And the different way of doing it is you're going to do it in a manner of where there's going to be peace. After everything is said and done, it's going to be peace. Even if they don't find peace, you're going to have peace because you're going to relay what it is you need to say with a tone that's like it's not high, it's not low. It's just that you're expressing yourself to them to let them know what's going on. And if they don't get it, then, you know, try not to get upset. The main thing is that you expressed yourself and you're not walking around feeling any old kind of way. You're not walking around feeling angry, resentful, you know, they all in your head. You know, you can't focus on what you got to do. You got them all in your head. You know, been there, done that. So I wasn't intending on speaking about this, but I had noticed something today. And sometimes people are not going to get it. They're not going to understand. I'm rehashing what started the whole lot. But it's okay. It's okay. As long as you, me, hopefully get it to where we can sail safely, you know, and, you know, not lose it. So this way we will have, hopefully, a winning day. Okay? Hopefully you'll have a winning day. You may not get it right. You may have to keep going over it. But eventually, if you remember what I'm saying, you will eventually get it right. All it is just one human being talking to another human being, trying to figure it out, trying to work it out, trying to find some peace, some happiness, some joy and understanding. Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what we want? Of course, that's what we want. And remember, if they don't want that, they don't get it, that's their life path. That's not yours. But if you have to deal with them in some kind of capacity or way, always maintain your life path process, and hopefully keep in your mind that when you move about, you have a code of thinking, a code of doing, and a code of moving to hopefully safeguard yourself from getting caught up in a lot of stuff that happens, stuff that could be minding your business and it happens. And some of this stuff I got from listening to Neely Fuller. So you can DM me, whoever wants the information can DM me and I'll send you the information. The one of the videos that really, you know, even though I've been listening to him for a while, but I listen to other stuff and I do other stuff too. And I need to say this because it's coming to me. The more wins that you give to your soul, to yourself, the more solutions you will have in winning. I'm going to say it again. The more wins that you give to yourself, to your soul, to your spirit, to your healing, the more wins you will have. It's sort of like you're in the woods, you got a campfire. The campfire is getting low. You add more wood. Why? Because the more wood you add, hopefully the flames from the fire is going to keep you warmer. That's just one scenario. So this is what we want to do. You know, we want to keep striving, keep figuring things out, keep being honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. If you've been lying to yourself, it's okay. Stop lying to yourself. Hopefully stop being afraid. And let's just try to be happy because no one is going to be here forever. This is the testing ground. So, you know, we want to make sure we're really looking at what it is that we need to do. And just be at peace and keep winning. Keep winning. Keep winning. It's all cosmic.